All right, we're back. We're live for another week of answering your questions, discussing topics. I'll say something mildly offensive. Maybe you'll get a rant. Who knows? TC might actually comment on something.
Yeah.
That's about it. But yes, so get your questions in the chat wherever they appear. You know, you want to do that. We do have a poll this week again, and that is, has your local shop gotten the new gear in? Yes, no, you are my local shop. I run decades old gear. Decades old gear. Decades. I mean, if someone
20
rode
years.
2 decade old gear, you wouldn't even be a teenager.
Nope.
Yeah.
I would have been 10 years old, 11 maybe. Yeah, that'd be. I mean, I see people do it all the time. It's crazy, but they do.
Ugh, dinosaur gear.
Mm-hmm. It's always
And
fun to
they're
see.
also the same people. Like I find that'll tell you that there's nothing good new. Old gear was
Yeah.
better. I love those people. They always try to argue with me, and I was like, I don't think you've ridden that much to have an opinion like that, sir. So, but shout out to our boy No Deal 134. We got the Capita stuff like 4 weeks ago now. Already sold 2 megas. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Sell those megas. That's what we want. Sell more. So mega's good. I should get a Mega
Which one?
Mercury. All of them. But I should get a Mega Mercury. I keep saying this. You know, but then I don't do anything. All right.
It's been so long since I've ridden that board.
The Mega Merc? I thought you rode it last season.
No.
No,
Haven't
last year was
ridden
Mega.
it since it came out.
Oh, well then we gotta fix that. Get you riding that thing. For 2027. From TBTT, how much does the Spring Break Stairmaster overlap the Spring Break Resort Twin? Why did Capita bring it back in the Spring Break line and not Core Capital lineup? The differentiation between Spring Break and Capita seems to be narrowing because the Stairmaster was a Corey Smith board, so hence Spring Break. So I do think though that the Resort Twin graphic should have been on the Stairmaster this year for this upcoming season.
I can see that.
But as in terms of overlap, they ride entirely different. The Stairmaster rides a little more dead than the Resort Twin. Resort Twin is definitely more versatile. I mean,
Yeah,
I know you haven't ridden this Stairmaster.
No.
So.
But it does seem to be narrowing. Like Spring Break used to make all those cool shapes, like the catamaran, the yacht, all that stuff, and now it's pretty much going away. Like I hardly see those boards out anymore, and I never see any new ones. So, like I don't know if Corey just stopped shaping them or what it is, but it's pretty much just like those three now. There you have the Stairmaster, the Resort Twin, and then the Powder Twin. Like I don't see any of the other stuff anymore. Have you?
No, it's like what? There's a powder glider and stuff. I just feel like those shops aren't ordering them. They're not selling as much. So kind of makes sense. All right. From Carpe Diem with the super chat. Afternoon, fellas. Great top 5 this week. And as much as you can say, what 2026 boards have seen the most improvement over last year's, in your opinion? Jones. Jones has a huge overhaul. Huge. That new Frontier is amazing for what it is. New shape, so much more pop out of the Jones boards. Biggest change, though? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just like this. The Shifter Extreme, since they merged Lobster in there, this is the Aki Pro model. Absolutely in love with this thing. That thing was super good. Big overhaul with that.
Rome boards is whole line.
Which one?
Rome.
Rome's got all new shapes. They still have that standard Rome ride, but those yeses don't ride like old yeses. Like that doesn't ride like a jackpot, you know? It doesn't ride like a dicey. Like that's its own thing in there. So that was really cool. Shout out to Chad Otterstrom. He wants more anger. He's in here. If you haven't already and you're going to Japan, go book a tour with Chad. Go ride with a living legend. Maybe he'll even throw an underflip for you.
He's been having some banger clips come out.
We like supporting Chad. Chad supports us. So, but yeah, Yes was probably the biggest standout for change in the line. All right. Let's see what else. Find a good one. From Matt Tizzola, I still have my Volcom MJ Thriller jacket from like 0506. Do you have the grenade Thriller gloves though?
That would be sweet.
You gotta do it. So let's see. I like this statement from Bart Simpson head. I hang old boards on the wall so I don't have to paint every few years, or at least paint under them. Modern problems call for modern solutions. Ooh, I like this one from Ice Coast. Speaking of the new Stairmaster, any similarities to the OG Stairmasters, or are they completely different? No, it's the old shape. It literally rides like it with more snap. It's got the new guts to it, but it really does. They really captured how it rides. All right. From Space Monkey. Are you a shaved Space Monkey? I have a Super DOA. I love it so much. I want a fun directional twin. I'm going to the Alps this coming season. I want to ride good there and back home on the East Coast. Thanks, guys. I don't think you need to go get a directional twin. You need to go get something a little directional. Get yourself taper. Like the Super DOA handles all mountain use. Going to a directional twin just so you can set your stance back this much, just set it back on the twin.
Yeah. Yeah, just get a straight up directional, get like an aeronaut or something. You'll love it out there.
Yeah. Get an aeronaut, a nitro alternator, like Jones flagship, ride moderator, something in that vein of things.
Yeah. Pro Marine or Pro if you want the Pro version, but
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. Ooh. Cheto wants everyone to know if you come to Japan, he'll do a Drago flip.
I don't even know what that is.
Go ask Nick Drago. He'll tell you. He'll probably also make you hold his poodle. It's like this big. His name is Sammy.
Okay.
That dog is ridden on my lap so many different times from Drago picking me up randomly. Get in. Okay. Hold Sammy. Okay. That's my life.
How old's this dog?
16.
Okay.
I remember when it was a puppy. So, yeah. All right. We got a super chat from Eric Chen. Boys are back. Going to be a good winter. Ankle surgery done. New board purchased during recovery. Remind liner's worth it. Front big toe always turning black. You might not need the remind liner. What you might need is a heel wedge on the 1 foot that's pushing into it because it'll elevate you and change the angle of where it sits. Heat mold on the liner could do it. You could just need to put a little X at the end of the liner so it pushes out a little bit. But I think if you're having that issue, a heel wedge under the liner so it angles it back and then heat mold it would probably fix it before going to the remind liner. So I don't know. You got any tips for that one?
No, your booth might just be too big, or one of them's just jamming into the front there. But I mean, otherwise, you pretty much covered all the bases, and then do have that other boot fitting 101 coming out. So
was working on that. Got made some big progress this week. Got everything blocked out. Got it figured out what I need to do. Gonna start filming the B-roll shots of that. It's looking like, I think last count was 27 videos. So Figure those are going to be about 5 to 10 minutes.
Nice. That's perfect.
So we'll see.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. From Ted G. Hey, fellas, how does the Rome Warden compare to the Jones Mountain Twin? Are they basically for the same type of rider? Mountain Twin's a little stiffer, like slightly, but I like the pop more in the Warden. That rod. I don't know. Edge holds better on the Mountain Twin. I'll give it that.
I haven't ridden the Warden, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but you've ridden the Mountain Twin.
I have, but not the Warden. So I don't know how they compare.
Well, and the Warden's got a new shape this year, too. Again, every year. They're killing me. They just keep making it better. I was like, you can leave that thing alone. It's fine. Okay. From TJ Todd, any video parts you watch year after year? Mine is XV's video part from Nations. Kevin Jones, stand and deliver.
There you go. Really?
Or Ben Balak from Videograss. That's a good one. I like to watch that one too. Let's see. Side hit Euphoria, all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yep. I'll do that. I'll do Beyond Metal's Betty Ford as well. I really like that. Sebe's got a sick ender on that one. And then also Light by Torgstein. That's a great one.
I really just watched Chad Otterstrom's Instagram.
You can do that too.
A lot of powder hits.
Mm-hmm.
Fat Chad's Gap. So, yeah. Okay. This one's for you from SAS. Guys, have you tested the bone bindings?
No, not gonna.
I think you need to. I think you need them in your life.
I don't.
Said no one ever.
Yeah. Staying around them, that's as close as you're gonna get.
Brave man. I think the guy that created those offered me a pair to ride, and I was like, I think I'm good. I'd have to go look at the messages. I was just like, this looks bad. I was talking to Mark from Signal, and Yuki tried him out over in Europe. And Mark told me, he's like, it looked like Yuki had never snowboarded a day in his life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oof.
Yeah, I get it. I don't understand the point of it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just ankle breaker. Like, there's no stability there.
They're just a disaster waiting to happen. I want to make this video on bad binding ideas. Like, I've been working on it, and I keep finding stuff on eBay that I'm trying to buy, and those fuckers will not accept my goddamn lowball offers. I'm like, you've had that shitty ass binding for sale for 5 years, bro. No one's gonna pay $180. Take the $25 plus shipping. Oh my god, it's just, yeah. Because I'd love to do a whole video with just horrible binding tech. So it'd be like the launch team binding that was like a face hugger, because that had that little step in the back. You'd step when you put your foot in, the straps would come over and try to auto close. That was a bad one. I've got a set of the Bonhoeffer bindings that were strap in, step out, but with magnets on a cantilever system.
Mm-hmm.
Got those. I'd like to talk about the K2 Auto. That was actually a really good binding. I really liked that. That was cool. Talk about the Struth binding, which I think they always wanted it to be a Supermatic, but they couldn't figure it out. Yeah, talk about that, you know. We'll talk about Cinch, since it's gone. I didn't realize K2 had killed Cinch completely. It's not in the catalog. It's gone. And I guess Clicker is next.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so there'll be another dumpster up in Washington, or landfill full of Clickers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to do a whole video.
They're already full of, or Evo's basement's already full of them as it is. I remember having to bring those downstairs. they just had millions of them that they never sold. I was like, can we just ship these out of here, like to a warehouse or something? They're like, no, they gotta stay. So we just put
Oh
them back
God,
in the dungeon.
if I worked in that situation, I would contact every rental shop in South America and be like, "You want to buy these?" Be like, "Your problem now." Ship them down.
It makes sense for rentals, honestly, but
Yeah.
if you want to buy it, it doesn't.
Okay. From Yim, yo, I noticed a tiny amount of edge separation on my antidote. No other damage. Was that just from vibration? What's the fix? Is it time to fill, full tune, and new structure? If it's on the base and it's just a little bit of separation, that could just be the natural gap that's in there. I mean, if you can stick your fingernail in and it goes deep, like your thumbnail, maybe you need to put a little drip of P-Tex in there, maybe a little drip of epoxy. If you stick it in there and you're not worried about it, I'd say just fucking leave it.
Yeah.
So that would be my takeaway. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to base grind it. That might flatten it out a little bit and kind of fill that, but I don't really know if it's necessary to do that. Like, I mean, if you feel your base is really smooth and it doesn't have a good structure, it's probably time anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, you might as well just do it and see if it fixes it. If it doesn't, then just ride it. It's not worth actually putting like a thin layer of P-Tex in there because it's not going to adhere to the sidewall. It doesn't. P-Tex doesn't stick to metal, so it's just not going to work like that.
Yeah, that's why
Epoxy will work. But yeah, epoxy will work. But then it's like,
but if it's so narrow,
yeah.
honestly, I'd probably just put a drop of Gorilla Glue in, and any of the excess, I would just take a file and file it down, and
yeah.
I don't know. Probably should just buy a new board. Click the links.
Yeah.
From Michael Vogelman, which outerwear brand do you recommend for insulated jackets or bibs? Well, Jones makes that mid-layer puffer like you've got, but like a full, like an actual insulated jacket, you're probably looking at
686.
686 was the first one.
Air
Anything
Blaster.
that's not the Theorem line from L1, you should double check on that, but like they do have stuff in there. Air Blaster, Volcom, Dakine. As far as bibs go,
I thought Dakine stopped outerwear now.
did they? I thought they were still doing it.
Yeah, then they just cut their whole team.
Okay. Well,
but I don't know.
But
yeah,
for bibs, it depends on which cut you want. Like if you go with Air Blaster, they're more short and wide, but like L1s are more skinny and long. Jones are skinny and long, or wide and long. Sorry. Depending, I don't know. You've got the Jones bibs.
Yeah, they don't make anything insulated though. That's their problem.
Yeah.
Is it's all tech stuff for hiking and that sort of thing. Where like I have to layer up a lot underneath it. Like I'm going ninja suit, sweatpants, and then bibs because like if it's 10, 15 degrees, it's cold with those bibs on because I'm not hiking through the backcountry with them. So
yeah.
You
could always look at the Smarty line too from 686, just in
Mhm.
general, because that's like 3-in-1. So you got options with your layering. Martin Hunt. Curious if there's been any big changes to the Aviator this year after what you said about Jones. Yeah, it's got a whole new core in it, right?
Does it?
Thought,
I didn't think. I thought they just changed the graphic.
I thought they changed the choroid in the core, and then the
I think
fiberglass.
it's just still in the nose. I don't know though.
But I think that's what it is. I thought it got a slight change, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I thought they just changed the graphic on it, and maybe they put choroid in the tail, but I thought they.
No, I don't think it has choroid in the tail.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked at the catalog really for that one because you wrote it this year.
Yeah, I liked it. That thing was fun. That was a super fun board. All right. We got a question here from Jason Whitrock. Looking for a new board for the wife, progressing beginner, looking for something damp and maybe tapered. Currently on a GNU Be Nice. I mean, I really want to just be like, hey, get the Jones Rally Cat for a beginner, but that's not damp. So you'd have to bump up to, was it the Earhart is the next one?
That'd be the twin sister.
Twin sister?
She'll, a beginner will die on an Earhart.
Yeah.
That's the Aviator.
Yeah. Taper though? Eesh.
Honestly, a Cortado.
Yeah, that would be damp. Yeah. Yeah, the Libtech Cortado. That might be that would make
or even a number 43
from the GNU Be Nice too.
Yeah, or the number 43 as well, because that one's gonna have taper in it, and then it's also gonna stay a very similar profile to what she's on right now with the Be Nice. What's the step below the cold shoulder?
Shit, what is that? It's let's see. Let me see.
I can picture it. I can't think of it.
No, I know which one you're talking about, and I think I kind of remember the graphic on that one. Where's my K2 catalog for next year? There it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
I can look at this right now.
Otherwise, like you could
for a beginner.
Women's Frontier or the Dreamweaver. Sorry,
Dreamweaver's the one I was thinking of, but it's
there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're thinking of the Dreamsicle.
That's what it is.
Yes, the K2 Dreamsicle. That's it. That would actually probably be really good for her. It's flat with rocker. It's not the stiffest. It's got impact plates, good carbon layup.
And a nitro drop. Or is it the drop out? It's a drop.
It's the drop. So
yes. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. From Steven Snow Grandpa, got a Tellus / demo cheap. What bindings to pair with it? I would probably do like a Union Force, a Ride C6, Rome 390 Boss ASIM wrap. Like those are the three I'd look at. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, like a Katana, or even like a Mercury from Jones, honestly a Ride Drone. I really like the way that binding rode this year. That's coming out, and then like a K2 edition is probably what I'd go with over the Bond there. But
am I crackling on your end?
A little bit, but I thought it was just when I talked right there.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, you guys got me now. Full screen. Let's see what we can find. I don't even know where he left off, but oh, there it is. All right. All right. We'll find something here. But we'll go with this one, the super chat from Krakatoa. Sorry. Any boots that provide similar heel hold to K2 Conda, like my Mesas, but prefer something with independent tightening from the top and bottom. Yeah. So if you're looking for like that dual zone and plus like the Conda, you're probably looking at like a Trident, or even, and that's coming from Ride, or even like a Thraxis possibly. But the main thing is, for the most part, when you do go with that triple boa, a lot of the time it's just going to make that boot stiffer and more high end in general. So you do have to keep that in mind. I know Burton's got a soft pair of triple boas coming out. I don't know what those are even going to feel like. So
it's a step-on only boot too.
Oh, is it? I thought they had a non-step-on version.
No, okay. I'm pretty sure it's only step-on.
But yeah, otherwise something from like Solomon, they have a really good ankle hold system called Straight Jacket. That works pretty well. I don't know if they have anything with triple boa though on that to have the zonal
They
plus
don't.
the conda.
I've got a bunch of the Solomon shit sitting
No.
here, so which the new stuff looks good. Looks really, really good. The the battalion stuff has really good ankle hold, but it doesn't have a deep instep. So you really have to force your foot in to get in there. They're working on the Nideckers are better when you're in a Masis, so you'd probably want to go to like the Kita from them. Because I don't think because I don't think you want the L tie. I think this will be a little too soft. So I think the Kita would be that maybe a Rift/Rift Pro in there. But once again, I mean, the big thing is you want the boot that fits your foot and fits your needs. So you got to make sure of that. Nitros have really good heel hold too. Really good. So just food for thought. Or, cut your toes off, get a kid's boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
It'll also work.
Yes. That's where we are at. Forgot that I took a FaceTime call earlier. It was still open. So that's what that click was. I was like, FaceTime just hadn't been closed. That's my bad. All right. Let's see. From Wallabeezy 360, kid at Big Snow Fridge was scraping his Burton base in the locker room for like 15 minutes and making a huge mess. Looked like a horrible person and Kook hated him. If you can't scrape your shit outside before you get in the fridge, you suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah. That's not good. Jonathan Karameth, is the Arbor El Camino good? I tattooed the graphic on my body and need validation.
I love an El Camino truck.
Is there any way you could like change that or get a cover up? Maybe put a giant spark plug that says Nitro over it.
It's a cool graphic.
Graphic is sick. I'm not gonna deny it. That board is just underwhelming. It was like with Arbor, the stuff that was good was like really good, and the rest of it you were like, oh, okay. It's a snowboard.
Yeah.
So, all right. Take this one from Angel Garcia. Got the $100 Astro Asyms from a couple weeks ago. What boards would they pair best from my quiver? Solomon Dance Hall Pro, Yes Hybrid, Ride Moderator, Roam Agent, and a K2 Party Platter. Thank you guys. Moderator, Dance Hall Pro, Hybrid would be the first three. Well, and Agent. Party Platter would be the only one that I'd be like, it might be a little overpowering, but it'll work with all of them, honestly. I just roll it.
Yeah. I was thinking Dance Hall Pro just stuck out to me the most. But yeah, I mean, it'll fit on any of those except for I would probably not do the Party Platter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Take this one from Adrian Higgum. Hi, guys. I'm in the market for a new POW board, considering a Season Forma, Karua Dart, and Spring Break Powder Glider. Thoughts between these three? The Dart is not a powder board.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's stiffer than anyone. Like, you can ride it in POW, yeah. Is it a fun powder board? Unless you're riding steep wide open and you want something stiff, no. It's not fun. Great on a groomer. Horrible in trees. Gonna die in there. TC can tell you all about the Season Forma stuff.
Yeah, I don't. You should just stay away from it. I don't know. Every time I've seen one, it was always coming back at least a month, at the most, I would say a month later, where it was either split apart or it's just was broken in some sort of way. Those boards did not do well, and I was not impressed with them. Also, when I would look at some of them, if you put them on a flat ground or something, they just come out twisted and they just send them that way. So like that was a huge problem where the board was not symmetrical where it was supposed to be, and not a huge fan. Do they look good? Yeah, but it's one of those things that you're probably going to be warrantying that board before you actually break it in. So I wouldn't do it. Powder glider though, sure.
But it's the one board I keep asking for, and it's now my new Kazu.
Yeah.
Keep asking. Eventually, I'll get it right. I'd probably go with the powder glider, though. I think that's probably the most balanced of the three.
Yeah.
I like this statement from Bart Simpson. Said, I loved how switch step-in bindings were just the boots were just way too stiff to compensate for the ankle strap. That and the soles would rip off. There'd be the ankle because you'd be locked in and then you go like this. I worked in a rental shop. My job literally once a week was to go through and find the ones that were ripping and throw them away till I could make a mated pair the same size, then redo the number for our records at Holiday Valley. Those things, like soles just used to rip off of them, and I'd just gut the parts out of them and keep them going. The boots were so heavy. Boots were just pieces of shit. System was just whatever. Everyone wanted that. All right, from Scooter Magoo, looking for a more nimble replacement for my old plank flagship, Alchemist or Howler. Right? I mean, that's the most nimble.
I would say so. I think the old flagship has more of a similar flex to the Alchemist than it does the Howler, but like, yeah, I mean, they've definitely softened up the flagship quite a bit since then. So,
but the Howler has more torsional flex. It's just more nimble.
Yeah, 100%. Where I'm saying the Alchemist is probably similar to your old flagship more, where if you want something more nimble, go like a Howler or like a pick your line Extreme or Run Ink, whichever year you buy, it's the same damn board. Something like that where that's going to be more nimble too. But yeah, Howler.
Shylink, sitting on the job site and wondering, what would you consider the weirdest advice some rider said? The guy that told me Never Summer bindings were the best bindings on earth, and he was dead serious about it. Just straight up. They make the best bindings. They make them in America. He was going on and on. This was at Keystone. And I'm just sitting there looking at him. I was like, so they make bindings? And he's like, yeah, they're the best. They're great for backcountry like this. And we're going up River Run, right? Like, this is before they put the new gondola in. So it's the old River Run chair. And he's like, backcountry like this. And I was like, backcountry like what? That pile of bush and shrubs right there? And he goes, yeah, that's backcountry. And I was like, they're going to groom that shit in like another 2 weeks. I was like, I don't think we're on the same level here, bud. So,
yeah. I'm trying to think of like any. Oh, I did. I mean, rotating your high backs is one of them. I hear that one all the time. But the other one is I heard some people saying putting the outside ankle or like your ankle strap on the opposite foot, like not ones that are meant for that, but so like your ankle strap is actually on the inside. Like when you go to ratchet it, it's on the inside instead of being on the outside. I've had people say that works a lot better. Don't know why it would. It's just actually counterintuitive to your body, but you know.
Yeah.
I've heard that one a lot.
My favorite was the guy that was like, you have a strap binding on the front and like a flow on the back. It's just easier for smaller hills. And I was like, and they're two completely different bindings that sit different and flex different.
Yep. There's that. There's a lot of stance ones where it's like you got to rock this stance like 23.5, 30, -30. I got a buddy that used to do that, and I tried that. That's almost impossible to stay on your toe side.
I had a guy
Um,
tell me that a 21.5-inch stance was super wide and that I needed to narrow it up when I was testing boards. And I was like, I don't know, I don't think you understand, but if I go any narrower, I'm going to be putting it on 2 screws. I'm like, I've had
yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I've had the advice before, like, don't scrape in the spring, just wax it and just let it scrape itself off in that slush. It's weird advice, but it actually works for the most part, so it's not bad advice. Um,
That's if you wax.
it's if you wax, I do. I'm trying to think what else. If there's been anything really weird.
I don't know.
Oh, cut the powder vents so you don't have powder vents, so you can like light your joints easier on the chairlift. I've seen
That's
that.
actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I love that Jones doesn't even put the vents in there. It's just you open it and that's just your armpit. There's no venting or anything. It's which honestly I think more companies should do that. Get rid of the vents. Who cares? Like you don't need
I
that
do.
little
I
bit of
like
mesh.
vents. I
I
like
don't
that
need the
mesh.
mesh.
I do.
Why?
Because all my pants are crotch vent all the way around. No vent.
Hmm.
That's just shit hitting my junk. Just
You just gotta ride better. Just
it's a
flatter
skill
base.
issue.
It's not gonna kick up at you. It's a skill issue.
Skill issue. Well, I mean, according to the internet, I don't actually even snowboard, so
True.
but
But yeah, and I don't know, kind of going with your vent thing. I like having the vents on the outside,
on
especially
pants, I
riding.
like it in my crotch. I like a full loop all the way through. Um, it just vents better for me. Um, that's something. But let's see. My favorite ones that I've heard are like get your boots heat molded once a week all season long.
Hmm.
I had a guy that used to work at Keystone. He's a fucking lifty with his most rank ass boots. And I didn't know they stank the one time. And someone was like, hey, you got to heat mold these. So I threw them in on the stack and it smoked out the whole fucking store. This was at MSO. It fucking just, it was so rank. And the guy kept coming back and I kept telling him no. I was like, the only time I'm going to heat mold these is if you fucking kill the stank. He got in such a pissing match with me. He called the manager over. And the manager was like, what he says goes. And he's like, well, if I see you at Keystone, I was like, what are you going to do? Put your job in jeopardy and your housing and your discount? Shut the fuck up, nerd. I was just like,
I
but he
have
kept trying to
had.
argue with me. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, and he was convinced that every time he heat molded them, the boots got stiffer. And I was like, that's not how this works, dude. Like, realistically, you should never heat mold a liner more than 2 times.
Yeah,
They can
I
handle, they can handle a, they say they can handle up to 10. Realistically, I think it's about 7 to 8. They start to really have issues.
I've always been told 5 max, and God, if we can't make it work by 3, then that's the wrong boot entirely for
Oh
you.
yeah.
But I remember
Oh yeah.
having to put like grab the 32 boot molder because that was always the shittiest one. That it just sucked. Like didn't do a great job. But if somebody came in with stinky boots, that's the one they got and it had to go outside. Otherwise, like you'll stink up the whole store. And there was this Australian girl that she would always come in and buy shit from us, but every time it was like, "Do you not wear socks with your boots?" And she goes, and her boyfriend every year. No, she still doesn't. I'm like, dude, all right. And like would have to just go and heat mold them outside every year and be like, you're standing outside because they stink that bad. Like I can't do this. Stink up the whole shop.
Yeah, I've had a few people uh try to say that like they know more than me. That's always my favorite. I remember this guy when I worked at MSO. He comes in and he measured at like a size 9 and he was in an 11 boot and it was hurting his toes. So he wanted a bigger boot. Why do you think his toes were hurt? Foot slamming into the end of the boot. So he's
Mhm.
arguing with us, and we were like, no, dude, you actually need a smaller boot. And the best quote I've ever heard, I'm a better snowboarder than all of you. And we're like, you live in fucking Omaha, Nebraska. Shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
And the guy I worked with, Scott C., um, was a professional rider for Ride and for BOA. And when you got off the plane at DIA, the first, when you were in Concourse C, the first thing you saw was the big BOA ad with him doing a double cork at Keystone.
Hmm.
And I was like, so he starts talking shit to Scott, and he's just going on and on. And Scott, this is how old it was. It was a flip phone. He had a flip phone. I think it was a Motorola Razor. And he showed him a video of him dropping the dub. And he's like, I'll see you at the top of the jump line at Keystone tomorrow. The guy's like, well, I can't do that. Well, then you're not as good as the rest of us. And he like even started to say it to Kim, this chick Kim I worked with, who was on the Canadian National Olympic border cross team. I was like, you ain't better than Kimmy, dude. She's gonna destroy you. It's just, yeah, those people are always funny. Like the people that are like, oh, better than you. I'm like, I don't know if you've encountered this one yet. Have you had anyone misquote one of your reviews when they talk about it when you're sitting there on the chairlift?
No.
Oh, I had a guy talking about the Orca to me, and he was like your weight, but he was lanky. He's like, yeah, I bought the 159. And I'm like, and you're 160? And he's like, yeah, well, this guy, the Angry Snowboarder, I watched his review, and he's just going on and on. And I was like, well, you're wrong. I was like, you should be on the 56 at most. And he's just like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. He kept telling me that you don't know what you're talking about. So right as we were getting off Super B, I was like, by the way, I run angrysnowboarder.com, and I would never give you that fucking advice. So you're full of shit. And the look on his face was just like, so that's just totally unhinged. Okay. Take this one from J-Man. Were you guys able to test the Rome Katana Stale phase bindings? No. If so, thoughts? Noticeably stiffer than the regular with the extra carbon, worth the extra money. If you are over 225 and you need a little more rigidity underfoot, yes, it makes sense. Otherwise, no. Most people aren't going to notice the difference in it because it doesn't have a carbon high back in it. So it's only underfoot, and most people are never going to notice that. So,
Yeah.
That's it. We'll follow that up with this question from Jay Sage. Is Ride hopping on the phase train this year? No. Should I get on the phase train? If you want to. If Ride isn't, what phase bindings would you recommend similar to the C6? That's probably the Blaster phase. Be the closest. Maybe
Yeah.
a Jones
Like,
Mercury. Well, I
no,
know
you got
that
the aluminum heel cup. It's literally like almost a spitting image. Like their version of the C6 would be the Blaster. So
yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking. Mercury to a point, but I know the 32 is going to be super soft.
yeah, it would be the Blaster for sure because they got the aluminum heel cup and the composite base. So, and a very similar strap, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. We're going to follow this up with another phase question from Caden Silverlicht. What companies do you think will adopt phase next? I don't know too much of the politics, but I would love to see Ride use the tech. Rumor is Ride is potentially going to be the next with it, I think. That's the rumor. Now, if there's any truth to it, I don't know. But then again, no one was expecting Bent Metal and Solomon to have Supermatics. So,
Sure.
so that could happen. But the
Yeah.
water cooler talk that I've heard is K2 will get a Supermatic and Ride would get the phase.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
This,
I don't really know yet.
yeah, we'll see. I mean,
well, I was going to say, I'm assuming they're going to wait to see how phase sales do. And if it actually affects them in the phase sales, then like, all right, we'll hop on this one while it's still hot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they're like, it didn't even touch our regular binding sales, then they're not going to give a shit. Why go after it if it's not hurting your market share?
Well, my thinking on it is Ride doesn't have an easy entry or quick entry or anything binding. Never. They haven't had anything since the late 90s when they had their step on binding. K2
Would you
has got
would you consider the contraband an easy entry because it's only one strap?
no.
Okay.
Did you ever ride the contraband?
No, because I was 5 when it came out.
Oh my god, you're really making me feel old. Contraband was sick, first of all. That was a dope ass binding. It rode different, but the urethane for the straps wasn't perfected, so they constantly would crack. I had a friend that's exclusively the binding he rode, and the year after they got rid of it, because he rode for Ride, he was spray painting them black so no one could tell what they were, so he could wear because he liked them that much. No, so like with K2 getting rid of cinch and phasing down flicker, I see there being potential for it. So all right. This question's for you, Sarah, from Insularity. TC, what are your secrets to growing such a sick mustache?
Years of practice. Just comb it, trim it, and that's about it. A little honey on it every once in a while. A little flavor saver. But that's about it. I don't really do anything special. I'll just sit there and do this sometimes when I'm watching TV, but that's about it. Otherwise, I don't really do much. Shave often, grows back faster, they say. I don't know if that's
Don't
true.
let him fool you guys. I saw him rubbing Finasteride on it. It's just over there, just get on.
I actually use high floral wax on it. I just kind of, that illegal wax, I just kind of rub that on there every once in a while, and that'll
It's
get it
actually
going.
not a real mustache. It's a stick
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
So, all right. From Smashidi, finally got around to watching Natural Selection Tour finals. Do you think BMO would have won if he landed that massive 7 on his last run? Maybe? I don't know. Judging gets a little weird. Where's Chad Otterstrom? Chad, get in here and weigh in on this.
I'm trying to who won? I don't even remember.
God, it's been forever since I watched that. I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think I watched the finals. I think I watched the live one they had, and then I was like, all right, that's it. Like, I don't like watching those recap ones. I hate that. Like, give it to me live if you're gonna do it. I'll sit down and watch that, but I'm not gonna watch the recap.
Let's see. From B Shreddy, do you ever ride the vintage boards hanging on the wall? And either way, which ones would you want to ride? Well, seeing as those are on the wall at Brighton Resort, no.
I haven't taken
those
one
are
off the wall yet.
hangers, man, at a resort. I'm not trying to take one of those down and get arrested.
Maybe next year.
Where's Averin? Salt Lake City jail. What happened? He tried to abscond with one of the vintage boards. Said he was going to go take it off Millie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
I have no ambition to ride vintage boards. Probably because I've ridden them. If the website was still up, I could probably be like, oh yeah, I got a review of that. People would be like, what? And I'd be like, here you go. Let's see. I like this one from Safe Space Invader. So how do your guys' reviews work? You get sent the products? Actually, we go and we rob the local reps. We steal them. And then we hit rocks with them. And then we set them on fire so they can't get them back.
Mm-hmm. And we sell it back to them after.
Yeah. 75% markup.
Yep.
Because they're used by us. They've been touched by excellence. No, so most companies, we deal with the marketing department. We work out what we want to get, what we're ideally looking to ride. Then I fight with them to send me more beginner stuff. Then we ride it, review it, send it back. If we can't get it from the company, we get it from our local reps. Colorado has some of the best reps in the game. These guys are really easy to work with. Like our Jones rep lives in Frisco. We don't even really deal with Jones corporate. We just call Petey and tell him we're coming by to grab shit from his house. Then again, we ride with him like 1 to 2 days a week anyways. So that's
Yeah.
easy. The Capita reps are our friends Dylan and Kobe. They work for Dave, the main rep, and we just have to wait till they're done with demos if we need something from them. If we didn't get it from corporate, they're pretty good about getting us stuff from corporate. And then Ride is our boy Mike. Is our boy Frazier, not Mike, Eric Frazier, but just Frazier. Used to be our rep, so we get that from him. And K2, we get it from our boy Ben Bruce or from Jay Stone. So that's pretty chill. Ben's a little questionable at times, a little wild with what he gives us. Solomon actually has a showroom at Copper, so it's really easy to get stuff from Solomon. And then Eli likes to give us the wrong size stuff. So
Yeah.
he's really good at that.
All part of the game.
You know, Mervin, it's actually easier to go through the rep because he always gets everything that he can. So he gets everything that he can for us. So that's, you know, he's always the last one to give us stuff though. We always finish the year with Mervin. That's kind of a given. But yeah, we take it for a couple weeks, ride it, try to get it back to them. Anything that companies tell us to keep, that usually goes into the giveaways or Black Friday, or just gets given away at like Thirsty Thursday, or randomly, you know, people get stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty simple. I was actually having a conversation with someone about that today, and they were like, "Wait, you're getting ready to schedule all the next or all this upcoming season stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, I wrote it all last year." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, we work 6 months ahead of time." And oh, which is what you should be doing. Super Dave, what boots would you recommend for first timer hitting the big line? You got to go full send, bud. Sorels, of course. Get that rental board, go up, watch it, and just send it. If you're at ankle shatter, you're doing it right.
I mean, whatever boot you're comfortable in. Like some people like soft boots, some people like super stiff boots, some people like it in the middle.
That's
like,
a question for this week's top 5 on
oh,
self-preservation. I told a story about up at Keystone, a guy that went up the chairlift and saw people hitting the big line at Keystone and thought he could do it. Never snowboarded before, shattered both his ankles.
my ankles are surely broken.
Spinal.
Spinal.
All right, we got Michael Stacy. Is there a recommended board for the 5's Kababas, or is it pretty much any board will work? I'm more of an all mountain guy myself. Thanks, guys. I mean, it's going to be a little stiffer for a beginner board, but like anything intermediate and up, that's really what it's made for. I mean, I don't have them in here because actually TC did an interview with Maggie Leone, and I've got them in parts. I got to film all the individual parts so we know what we're dealing with when we talk about it. So
yeah,
but, yeah,
pretty much anything from a Warden up, I would say. Like for stiffness wise, would you say Warden's the line?
yeah, and even then, I would probably tell you to go down to a blaster on a Warden.
Yeah,
You know, but yeah, they're good. Okay. Take this one from Michael L. Jackson. Would a regular disc allow for easier, more pop, or should he be able to achieve same pop with either? Is it a skill issue? It's a skill issue. All the bigger disc is doing is creating a bigger dead spot and changing your leverage points realistically. If you're a bigger, heavier guy, you want that because it's distributing the power more across it. But like pop comes from the camber of the board and your riding ability more than anything.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a good one from Jonah Childs. What's the most damp board and binding combo you can think of for 2026? Ride Deep Fake with probably the Nitro Phantom or Phantom Plus.
I was definitely going to say the Phantom Plus for the
Yeah.
binding, and board, I was like, what would it be? I was like, maybe like a GNU or a LibTech, but I was like, I just don't know which one it would be out of there. I was also thinking like an eJack knife would be one with the
eJack knife
Phantom
comes to
Plus,
mind.
or honestly that banked country as well was pretty damn
Yep.
damp.
Yep. It just got so much
But
epoxy in it.
but we're definitely both on the Phantom Plus might be the most damp. Otherwise, the Battalion Blaster full wrap. Astro full wrap.
Astro.
Yeah.
The Astro binding foot pad, because it's interchangeable with Rome's, is thicker and more damp. That's the one thing I noticed.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I would say there. Now if we're talking least damp, I would say like I wasn't a fan of the bent metal bindings. I felt everything through those. That and like some sort of nitro. Nitro just never feels damp enough. Or the mechanic, actually. Probably the Rome mechanic. That board was just so basic with its dampening agents that it doesn't need to be a damp board because it is a park beginner board where you don't want it damp, but everything was just coming right through that thing where I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. No.
So.
But yeah, I think when it comes to the dampest bindings, it's that Phantom Plus in there. The big difference between the Phantom and Phantom Plus is really the heel strap more than anything.
Yeah.
So.
Does the Phantom have carbon in the high back too?
That's the thing that I was trying to think. I think it does. I think it's got a little more carbon in it, and it might have a little more carbon underfoot too.
Okay. Because yeah, the plus is it's stiff as shit. That's why they add so much foament behind your foot or behind your ankle, so you can actually press into it and not get that pressure point where it's like super uncomfortable. So
yeah. All right, we got this one from Jim Sprazium. Am I a libtard worshiper of the sacred cow? I'm fixing on picking up the Libtech Steely D because Evo's got it sub $400. How's the D compared to the Retro Ripper? The D turns awesome. That's one. It was a one and done, and I was pissed that it was a one and done because Libtech really made a great turning board with that thing. That thing was so much fun to ride. Like I had such a blast on that. And compared to the Retro Ripper, it had better edge hold. It's got a slight 3D shaping in the nose, so it rolls on edge a little bit easier. And if you're gonna pick it up from Evo, make sure you click the links.
Yeah, I would recommend it though, because between you and my buddy Sam that I used to work with at Evo, he now pretty much is the media manager for Jackson Hole, but that was his favorite board of that year too. Where both of you guys, when I first started working with you, both of you were like, "This board's actually the shit. It rips. It turns so well." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like I didn't hear one bad thing about that board. So if you can find it under $400,
Sam and I,
buy
like
that shit.
we took an aside at a demo one day. We're just talking about that board, and people are like, "Are you literally talking about the Steely D?" And I was like, "Yes, it's so fucking good. Like it's so underrated."
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm surprised they stopped it after 1 year. It's one of those things where
I think it was hurting sales of the banked country, honestly.
Probably.
And I get where they were coming from with it. But frankly, that board should have stayed. They should have kept it in the line, offered 2 more sizes or 3, with the third size being something small for a woman, like a 48. Would have been amazing. Yeah. So. Oh, I like this question from Martin Hunt. Can we please make 25-26 this season? We normalize hating on butter specialists who can't make good turns, use their edges, or go more than 2 feet in the air. You can do anything you want. I am a firm believer that maybe we need to bring back bullying and gatekeeping. So if you want to do it, go do it. Like, for some reason, I keep getting some of that shit, and I'm like, how do you not know how to fucking turn? But then I'll get like stuff from Korea, and some of like some of these girls really progressive, crazy stances. They can rip a hard carve, and then they'll do like a nose butter 720, and I'm like, wasn't expecting that. Don't think they could ride POW to save their life, but whatever. I'm a firm believer that you should be well rounded in everything on a snowboard.
Yeah, that's fair. But damn, do I hate rails.
It's okay. You can do them though.
Yeah, it's fair. I just hate them so much that I'm like, yeah, I'm not really going to focus on trying
I
to
don't
do
know
better
what
at
it is.
this.
The older I get, the more steel I slide. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, look over it. Oh, Avron's going like Larney said it when he gave me that dark horse to ride. He's like, yeah, I was on the chairlift and I looked over and you were just going sideways through a kink, like, and he's like, I think he's having a fun day on that thing. And he was like, you at the end of the day, I'm down at the parking lot. And he's like, so you're like good with that thing? And I was like, yeah, it was great. And he's like, so just like that, you just went and hit the DFD. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. He's like, man, when I'm your age, I was like, yeah, you'll still be doing this. It's all good.
Died on the DFD this year.
I did hook an edge into it and peel a piece out, like get like a curl on the metal. That was not fun. That's for sure. Let's see. Okay. Take this one from Atso. Plan on going to Japan next season. I currently ride a Nitro SMP 25, and I wonder if I should just put the bindings all the way back or buy a full powder board. Thank you. Here's what I do. Slam them back when you get there and see how it handles. If it doesn't, whatever resort you're at, figure out which one's got the nearest powder rental shop near you, because it's cheaper than buying one, and go rent a real powder board. Go rent one of those Japanese POW surfboards. Go have some fun. Do something different. Someone was telling me at some of the places, those things are like $25 US a day to rent. And I was like, damn, I would pay that. That's cheap.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, if you don't already own one, you don't have to buy one to get there or to go there. They got plenty.
All right, we'll take this one from Zachary Duck. Looking for a new daily driver between the Ride Algorithm, the Rome Ravine, or maybe the Solomon Assassin Pro. Just worried the Pro is too stiff. Trees, side hits all over the resort. The Algorithm is stiffer than the Assassin Pro.
Mm-hmm.
I
would recommend the Assassin Pro highly over the Assassin.
Yeah. The Assassin Pro isn't that. It's higher end materials and it's like a 20% jump and flex. And even when you ride it, you're like, you just notice that it's got a little more rebound and it holds on edge better. So,
yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about the Assassin Pro being too stiff. Like, if you're worried about being too stiff, that Algorithm is gonna be too stiff then. But that Assassin Pro, it'll break in nicely for you too, where those kind of break in faster than Ride do as well. So I think the Assassin Pro is a sick board. I had a great time on it this year. Like, I could daily drive that thing with zero issues for sure. And the Rome Ravine was great this year too. But do you want a directional or do you want a directional twin?
See, and I think like the Ravine, like you said, it was great. It's got that new shape, but I would rather go with the Pro because it comes down to your weight too. But for me, I was like, oh, the Pro would be, it'll have a little more rigidity underfoot, especially when you get in the back seat if you're pushing it.
It's also more versatile too. Like, you can ride it switch with zero issues whatsoever because it's what, like 3/4 to an inch and a quarter setback. Like, it's really not that bad.
Yeah,
and
it's like this much, I think.
Yeah, you can take it wherever you want, like, and be totally fine with it. Still ride it on a POW day, slide it back a little bit. It's gonna be totally good. But like, it's just a more versatile board. That way you can take it in the park if you want to, off the side hits, and just pretty much anywhere. Like, it's a fun board. It's one of their best sellers for a reason.
Let's see. From Scooter Magoo, do you think it's weird that most snowboarders like me never demo their boards before buying? No, most people that walk into a shop never demo them. They just go with whatever the shop guy tells them. It's like if you watch my top 5 things the snowboard industry should do, I think there should be more demos. Conversely, at the same time, I've also seen when they do demos, no one ever shows up. It's like a
Yeah.
double-edged sword. It's like, oh, I want more demos. Oh, well, I just want to ride my stuff today.
Yeah.
Fuck
I've had
off.
that a lot.
They showed up for
Like,
you, and you just, it's like you can't really win. That's where people like us come in. Believe me, in a perfect world, this job wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be we wouldn't be doing reviews and talking product like this.
mhm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever like until I moved out to Steamboat, I didn't even know you could demo boards. Like it was not a thing they had at any place in Minnesota really. Like maybe they did over at like Zombie Board Shop, but I wasn't walking over there to be like, I'm gonna go try a board out and buy one today. No, that's not what you do in the Midwest. Like you buy last season shit because it's $200 instead of four or whatever it is. But like, yeah, it never crossed my mind for the first 6 boards I owned, probably.
New York, like you'd be lucky if they came once a year for like a demo at Holiday Valley, and it was always like Burton, Ride, maybe Dave from Nitro would show up, and LibTech. That was it. You could demo a few things between the boardroom, Deck de Bren's, which was Curly's Snowboard Emporium, and Mud Sweat and Gears. And I think maybe 245 or Snowflake up by Kissing Bridge would allow it. But few and far between did I ever demo anything in New York. I didn't really even start demoing shit until I moved to Washington. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
well, I shouldn't say I wasn't demoing shit. When I worked at the shop and the rep would drop stuff, but like public demos, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's weird. Like, especially if you're buying in like the mountains here and you're on vacation, you just want to get something and get out. And you trust a guy that snowboards every day or says he snowboards every day because he lives there, and you got to assume that he's telling the truth. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty much like that, where you're like, I just want to get out there. I don't want to have to keep coming back into the shop talking to this dude again. Like that's the way I see it. And when I'm selling boards, I literally try to sell them the board right now. And if they're about to walk out and not buy anything, that's when I'm like, you should demo it first then.
Yeah.
And that's like my like last ditch effort is all right, demo it first, and then we'll take that money and put it towards your board. And that's like,
Well, I
oh,
wonder
okay,
how many people showed up to Thirsty Thursday and it was like the first time they ever demoed something. So they got Matt's from Stranda or Jordan from Nerd. And I was like, you guys got like the chillest demo people you could ever, or Travis from Rosnell. Those were like your 3 choices. And this year I want to see if I can get Greg from Nidecker up there and do it that way. But yeah, it's like, every year we try to get more and more stuff, but yeah, I mean, perfect world, you would be able to demo stuff. All right. From my knees are cheese. Looking good, boys. Horrible binding videos would be an 18+ part series. A history series would be dope. All the hyped gear failures over the decades, 90s Burton step-ons, riser pads, every tool being a bong, etc., etc.
I forgot
The,
about that
the
shit.
Pagoda mini driver that you could smoke weed out of. Every one of my
Yep.
friends had that when I was in high school. And when I worked the overnight ski check, they would come down and go climb behind like 10 different golf carts and just smoke up.
I love how Ride brought it back too. Like that shit's funny to me that they have the smoking screwdriver again. Well, that and then the 686 belt that was like a tool where like one of the parts was a flat. I think you have it in front
I
of
do.
you.
It's right over there.
Actually. Yeah. I used to have one of those too, and I was like, I'm going to use this. And I used it probably 3 times total. Like, never
used that thing a lot. It was enough to tighten the binding down so that I felt comfortable going from the top, but you could never get rid of disco foot with it.
No.
On it. But it was crazy. I was talking to someone that worked at 686, and they were like, do you think we should bring that back? And I was like, I still have money. They're like, you still have one? And I was like, yeah, I bought it in like 07. That thing is burly ass. I broke one before. I've had two. This is my second one. The first one I had, I think I got that in like 2000 or something. And you know,
So I still have mine at my parents' house. I looked at it last time. I was like, "Damn, this thing's heavy. Like, this is a
oh
heavy
my
duty
god.
belt."
Well, and mine is yours the studded one?
No.
So mine's the studded one. Dude, that thing, like you fall on your back and it just pushes in and you're like, ugh. It's
I use
definitely functional as a screwdriver, but it was about fashion with that thing.
yeah.
So it's just
Maybe
like
when I go home, maybe I'll wear that to the wedding. Actually,
that'd be funny. Okay, we'll take this one from Nick Larson. Are there any boards you haven't been able to get on that you would like to?
yeah, we already talked about one.
I want to get on the powder glider from spring break. I've asked for that. That one's kind of eluded me for a while. I really, really, really would love to get some of these Japanese companies stuff. TJ brand. I'd like to get some more Moss, Death Label. Those are ones, like I looked at some of those. I'd really like to get on those, but I understand the cost of logistics and stuff. And it's like to justify sending it here, sending it back. It's too high of a thing. I get it. I'm gonna have to just go to Japan and do a full month powder tour and powder board review.
Yeah, I mean, a Yonex would be sweet as well to just
Oh
pretty
my
much
god.
add to that. Like that would be sweet. Um, but yeah, Kurt. I mean, from major companies at this point, there I do want to ride get on an Afterblack again. I don't know why it's so freaking hard right now, but for the past 3 years we've wanted one, can't get it. Like even
Yeah.
just finding one in a demo shop has been really hard for us. Like nobody carries it, but they sell really well, so I'm just so confused. Like
Yeah. I'm with you on the Yonex. I'd really like to get on those. And I think that's really cool. I really kind of want to ride a bunch of stuff from Head.
I can see
And they
that.
make tennis rackets, so it's like Yonex but Euro. And I want to check those materials out. I really want to do that. So if anyone knows anyone at Head, tell them to talk to me. That would be bindings are questionable, but hey, I'll sacrifice it.
They got the hinge. They got the hinge, so it stays open for you, even on the toe.
Yeah. But have you ever looked at their bindings up close? They're
Yeah.
cheap. Some of their stuff is cheap. So like some, I mean a lot of it. But yeah, I would like to do that. I don't know. If I had more time, I'd like to devote a month to just riding nothing but small brands, like garage brands, that people are making. The problem is the return on that for the amount of work would be so low. Like we would make shit for money. And that's to just be real. I mean, we look at everything and we can decide what it is. But yeah, I would like to do that. The other thing that I'd really like to do, I would love to get a hold of every beer promo board every year
Yeah.
and ride them and see what's good, what's bad. Um, I will say this: that Sun hard boot, the big plastic one with the giant python thing,
Mm-hmm.
that should be here. I thought it was going to come in this week. It looks like maybe next week. I've got a pair of those coming in. I am so curious about those because it's not like a standard hard boot. You're not going to have to ride a plate binding with it.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm interested in. I also see like because the Chinese market is expanding and the Asian market is as a whole, and what's going on there. I'm seeing more stuff coming out of China where I'm like, that doesn't look like it was ripped off from another brand. Let's talk, you know? And so, I want to, that stuff I would like to get on. But then at the same time, like, there's all these shit brands that just make shovelware basically. And I'm like, ugh, I guess I could try that. I don't know. Okay. From Hockey Talk 608. Uncle Avery, wondering if you have any recs for a tux board, considering your Ice Coast origins. Planning my first trip to Mount Washington next spring, and I've been considering a flagship pro. Thanks. Whichever one you feel comfortable with hitting rocks. And like getting fucked. Something with good edge hold too. Flagship pro would probably be solid. I don't know. I have no ambition to ever want to hike up there. Okay, let's see. Johnny Ryan, what's the difference between the Blaster ASIM versus the Blaster Phase? Well, the Phase has phase technology on it.
And
So it's
a
going to have a
wrap.
different base on it. It's going to have a different high back. It's got the whole mechanism of how it works. I mean, realistically, just go watch our video on Phase. That'll tell you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From B Shreddy, top 2 snowboard movies from last season. Hashtag you. I really liked Renee Renecongas's one that he did, and I liked Particle from Rome. That was cool. Um, I don't think anyone realizes there was like 150 plus snowboard movies last year. Excuse me. I, at this point, I'm like, I just wake up and I'd be like, what? Oh, Dustbox. Oh, this. Oh, this. You know, and it's just like one thing after another.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Sophia because that was she part 4 at the second part of it.
That's another
which
one that was really good. And then there was that Sunbum movie came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, the 4 or 5 minute whatever it was, that was
Yeah.
really good too. Where that one got no hype whatsoever. That was just like a phone clips thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm trying to think. Didn't Torkstein have one too that came out? That was pretty good.
Yeah, he had that one and he did the whole soundtrack to it. The music was awful. Fuck. Dude, I get it. You want to learn how to play the steel drums and shit, but not everyone wants to listen to that. I'm like, you know, I just put it on mute and put on something else and was like, oh, this is way better.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too. Otherwise, I'm trying to think what else like really stuck out to me, if anything. I think last year I kind of just watched a lot of older videos.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
So
that's it. That's all.
Ugh, gross. Anytime someone tells me that's their favorite movie, I was like, really? Gross. Gross. Some guy was arguing with me in the comments. He's like, we need more movies. There's no snowboard movies. And I just gave him a list of everything, like all the way down every link to him. And he's like, no, I mean, like, that's it, that's all. And I was like, Warren Miller Entertainment? I don't know what the fuck you want.
Like, that's because the guy that did that, he started Red Bull, but then he also stole everybody's money.
Yeah.
And screwed everybody over.
Kurt
Morgan or whatever his name. That's what it is.
Kurt Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah. Ugh. No, there was a ton of good movies last year. There's probably going to be a ton of good movies this year too. Pay attention. Like once they start rolling out, I try to put those down in the descriptions on the live streams. Which don't forget, there's the cultural mystery link of the week too down there for you guys, so you can click that, go watch something. For anyone that's looking for older snowboard movies, Lost Snowboard videos on YouTube, absolutely amazing. I need to reach out to those guys. I found some of the Interior Plane Project team movies on DVD. So I was like, oh, we should definitely send. I was like, I should send those over to them, get those to them. So yeah. Ugh. 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 From Chris Baum, I picked up a lightly used 164 pencil for cheap. Paired it with the Union Atlas. I'm 160 pounds with a US 9.5. Will I be able to turn, or am I going for a ride? Cheers, but you're gonna die, dude. It's gonna blow up and kill you. No, you're gonna actually lay some sick turns on that thing. You're gonna have a nice effective edge for that. Like, go turn.
Yeah. 64, a little long, but you'll be fine. You got something to control it.
Yeah.
Long drawn out turns. That's
yeah, that no, you'll be good with that. Let's see. Looking for some more questions. Phil Melly, what do you ride when you go back to Holiday Valley? Nothing, because the last time it was fucking mud and 65 degrees and piss and rain, and they were charging $100+ for a lift ticket for 5 runs that were only half open. Oh, fuck that. I'm not paying for that shit. Fuck off, you nerds. 65 degrees on Christmas Day? Fuck that. I'm not dealing with that climate change bullshit. Spent the day hanging out with my mom, letting the dogs run around on the football field at the school. Dog took a big old shit on it, and I was like, I'll leave that there as a remembrance, going away present to the school, since I survived public education. No, usually when I go back, it's whatever I have. The last time I went back, I took 2 boards with me. I had a Rome Warden and a Rome Agent, and the reason I had those was I was giving one away to a friend, and so I let him pick which one he wanted, and he wanted the Agent. He's still riding it, so. Okay. Okay, we'll take this one from Scooter McGoot. Last question for me, I swear. What's a nimble hard charger that's decent in pow? Where's that? Get a Jones Howler. Just go get a Howler.
I was thinking a Stormwolf.
It's nimble.
Stiff, you can charge on it.
You can charge on it, that's for sure. That's a good one, too. I mean,
I'm trying to think
the Alchemist charges. The Alchemist is good.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Deep fake, but it's not nimble, so you might like a moderator more.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean the McWayfinder 3, but it's not a hard charger. Very nimble. You're gonna get into some sweet spots that you can normally not get into with any other board, but it's not a hard charger one bit. Like you try to turn too hard and you'll overpower it, but that one was really good. Trying to think. It's gonna be nimble. I mean, pick your line on ink, I guess.
The Amplit Time Machine is a good one. The Rome Pro is nimble. Not the most hard charging, but it's decent enough. Would you say the Eject's nimble? I mean,
it's not hard to turn, I would say.
No, that's why I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
It's more approachable than a lot of people think. What I think, at least.
The Rasman is right up there too.
Yeah. And then the Goop, not really hard charging, but it is really nimble and good in POW. But not the hardest charging board.
Powder stuff is really good in POW, but like you said, not the most hard charging. Like even the Louis is nimble, but it's damp to a point. It's not bad.
Trying to think, like a Nidecker thruster as well.
I'd agree with that for sure. Even the Escape or Escape Plus.
Escape Plus for sure. Going to be down that harder charging side. You go Escape more nimble. So
Escape is
poison there.
Forgiving.
Yep.
Capita Mega
Pretty much where you look. Yeah.
Kazu
Yeah.
too. Kazu is really good.
What
I
about
feel like I'm
the Mega
forgetting
Merc?
something. Mega Merc to a point, but it's also really lively. So you got to
Yeah.
deal with that in there. Black Snow, the new Black Snowboard to Death actually isn't too bad. I would consider that. Plus, you can get the 25 year.
Yep. Red. Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything there.
Yeah. I think that's that. All right, so we're at 153 votes on the poll. Has your local shop gotten the new gear in? 26% of you have said yes. 39% have said no. 28% of you believe we are your local shop, and 7% of you are running decades old gear. You are the heathens. Heathens. So we're gonna end that poll. Okay. From Joe Gunn, is a dirt cheap Nidecker Mellow worth it? Depends what year it is. There's good years and bad years of that board. So there's ones that I like, and then there's ones where I'm like, this doesn't need to fucking exist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I got a Mosquito, and that board is fun.
Yeah, mosquitoes. I love that thing. Let's see. We'll go with this one from Jim Sprazium. Gremlin or Rad Ripper for a daily mostly groomer deck to satisfy my deep cover. Get the Gremlin. Get the Gremlin, set it back just a little so you can sit on that back foot coming out of a turn, drive that knee into the center. You'll be the happiest man on earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Gremlin rips a turn.
Yeah, Gremlin is awesome. But yeah. Ugh. Super Dave. Might be decades old, but only has 20 days on it. Ah, yes, the 1 day a year rider.
I was laughing about that.
What is it with people that you're like, oh, do you ride a lot? No, I've been riding for 20 years. Well, how many days a year do you go? 5. And you're like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that happens all the time. All the time.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Oh, man. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really. Not until more stuff starts dropping. I saw there was a question about have we been seeing like prices going up, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
based on everything, we've been seeing prices going up. Like it is what it is.
Well, the genie's out of the bag right now, and then I've been working on months of interviews with people to make a long format video on the tariffs, and I'm waiting on a video from Peter Bauer from Amplid. I gotta double check questions and send them to him, and then I gotta get time to meet up with Jordan from Nerd to get an interview with him. I've got an audio interview with Shane Johnson from Tribute, and then I've got just a ton of stuff, and I'll feed that into the Patreon. So Angry Snowboarder VIP, like all the interviews after I get the video done. I'm hoping to film that this weekend, and probably not going to edit it this weekend, but at least I'll film it. I got to finish up your Maurizio interview, get that done, and get a couple of these Nidecker boot breakdowns. Well, also, I like this color on this boot.
I do too. I really like that color scheme.
Yeah, like that just works. That one, and then this one too. I just like that. What's up?
Is that checkered print on there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm into that. I'm
into
that boot.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, but it's like, so that was pretty solid. And then I don't know how I feel about this one.
I like it. Women's boot?
Women's, I mean, it's.
Oh yeah,
I get it.
100% for women. They get all the cool colors.
And then also been digging this Solomon colorway.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of cool. And I like what Solomon's doing. Like this revamp of their boots has been really good. So
Yeah, the soles look like they've improved quite a bit.
yeah. Yeah, no, that was the thing that I noticed. I was pushing into them and I was like, these feel really good. So yeah, once I finish these, so there's 9 more men's boot breakdowns, and then I got the women's, and we're gonna do a kids boot breakdown. It's got Velcro.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like a 2-minute video, you know that?
Yeah.
But we're gonna do that. Yeah, and also I really liked those deluxe colorways too, like the Aerith Rin with that old leather. That looks so
It does. I got to talk to them about their catalog. It's just
good.
terribly set up, but the boots look great. I just thought they had a million boots in their catalog, and it turns out there's like five, 6 different pairs, but there's 6 different colorways, and they all get their own page, and it's just overkill. We got to save the trees, Deluxe.
I like this one from Super Dave. Do they make those kids Velcro boots and dulcet? Ride did that once. It's called the Strapper Keeper. And it was a 2-strap across the top, and then lower was boa. And it just had a ton of forward flexion in it. It's crazy. Maybe I should make a video about weird boots over the years and go through the archive of the catalogs and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. All right. Got a super chat here from Huntsman83. Thanks for validating the pick your line on Ink and Howler through this live show. Picked both up over the last 3 weeks. Season of Wolves on Ink lived up. Howler tomorrow. Both great boards.
I like the turtle one myself, but you know, I'm in the minority on that, I think. Everybody loved the wolf graphic.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Turtle.
Yeah, I love the turtle one.
The turtle was hideous, dude.
It was so ugly and so great at the same time.
Oh my god. But you're right though. There's like you either absolutely love the turtle or you're like, I will not buy that. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. You know?
Especially with the bright pink base on it.
Oh yeah. From Michael Mega X, top 5 weirdest, dumbest snowboard inventions would be a cool video. Well, I've got one in the works for dumbest inventions, but like weirdest, I could deep dive that shit forever. Holy shit. There's so much stuff out there. It's crazy. So crazy. Boy. Oh, forgot to check out our top fans today. I'm looking at that. People be in this.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 is My Knees Are Cheese with 1,000 points. Michael Stacy at 650 points. Our boy Ruff at 550 points. Then we got Hockey Talk at 500. Our boy Joe Gunn at 400. Tim Hunt at 350. Gingerboard Man V2 at 300. Smashidi with 300. So they're tied for 7th place. Jason Whitrock in 9th place at 275. And CL Gill 36 is tied with him. And then we get Eric Chen they say it's 11th, but realistically it's probably 10th place. So yeah, I don't know. We got to work more with that top fans thing. I think that would be cool to work with for Black Friday. So yeah. All right. Anyways, I think we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go next door to my neighbors, wish them congratulations since they got married. I introduced them to each other. I actually catcalled my neighbor's wife off the porch or off the patio of one of the restaurants to come talk to us, and now they're getting married. So
it's a love story.
It's a love story. Yeah. So got to go do that. Oh well. And I do like that Matt Tizzolo is asking for feet pics for the top 3. You'll get feet pics. They might not be mine. But they'll be feet pics. Give you ones of that dude that has the big old elephant foot from Fury Road. Or the dude from the original Dune, David Lynch's Dune, where his feet are all craggy and shit. You know, that's what I'll do. But I think we're gonna get out of here. I am beat. I am on 2.5 hours of sleep. I had insomnia last night. It sucked. So that's where we're at. But we'll be back next week. New top 5 next week. Last one before we start diving into the gear top 5s. So got that. TC should have the interview with Maurizio from Nidecker Boots up with TC's Talking Tech. It's about an hour and 7 minutes, so that'll give you cubicle jockeys something to listen to. And so there's that. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. So we're gonna get out of here, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.